Hello and thank you for joining us on our major news broadcast for the day on Ogtv, the People's Tele Abeokuta. I am Adewale Dusumu. First, the highlights. Northern governors declare full support for President Tinubu's security measures. Nigeria joins rest of the world to mark World AIDS Day. Ogun Judiciary opens 2025 multi-door settlement week. And Cameroonian opposition leader Ancient Eka dies in detention.
And also on the news tonight, Nigerians' GDP rises by 3.98% in third quarter 2025, driven by strong agricultural and industrial growth. I'll bring you details of this and more stories on the business segment of the news. I am Okpeyemi Adeomi. Don't go away.
And from the world of sports, Alexander Usyk names the Otto rider as first option for next fights. This and more much later on the news. And Moses or Jeremy stay with us.
Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. You can watch us live on these platforms: Facebook at Ogtv, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. A meeting of the Northern Governors Forum and Traditional Rulers has been held in Kaduna State, which deliberated on the worsening insecurity orchestrated by bandits and terrorists. The gathering, held at the Sir Kashim Ibrahim Government House, was hosted by Governor Uba Sani. The chairman of the forum and governor of Gombe State, Inua Yaya, presided over the session. The traditional rulers were led by the Sultan of Sokoto, Sahad Abubakar, and also present are heads of security agencies and key stakeholders from across the north.
The security situation in northern Nigeria has escalated from a localized challenge to a national and existential threat. It endangers the present and mortgages the future of our region. This menace spares no one. It consumes the poor and the rich, the Muslims and the Christians, the young and the old. Now is not the time for politics or politicking.
Your Excellencies, our region has come far. We are dismantling all obstacles and building new pathways of cooperation and development. But challenges remain. Some inherited, some imagined, some shaped by global uncertainty. What matters now is that we face them together.
Governors present at the time of filing the reports are Inua Yaya Gombe, Ubasani Kaduna, Dauda Lawa Zamfara, Umar Bago Niger, and Abdullahi Sule Nasarawa. Other states in the region are Kwara, Benue, Plateau, Yobe, Adamawa, Kogi, Katsina, Borno, Taraba, Sokoto, Kano, Kebbi, Bauchi, and Jigawa. Special Advisor to President Bola Tinubu on Policy Communication, Daniel Bawa, has disclosed that the federal government will soon reveal the identities of individuals and networks responsible for financing terrorism in the country. Speaking during an interview, Bala said the Tinubu administration is already taking far-reaching decisions on national security which will soon become clear to Nigerians. He said the current administration is intensifying its efforts to counter the terrorist threat and will soon expose those financing and enabling terrorist activities across the country. Bala noted that terrorism has evolved into a global menace that transcends national borders, making international collaboration essential in tackling its spread. The presidential aide stated that world powers increasingly recognize the need to support countries like Nigeria, where extremist groups have sought to expand their operations. The Arewa Business and Trade Association, in conjunction with the Arewa community of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State, have declared the support and vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu and the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dakwa Abiodun. The conference themed Unity, Progress and Commitment to the Renewed Hope Agenda took place at Ugere Remo, Ogun State. Olashile Shotune was there, and his report is presented in this package.
In a welcome address delivered by Alhaji Sani Kure, he expresses gratitude, solidarity and confidence in the leadership of President Bola Tinubu and Governor Dakwa Abiodun.
President Tinubu, we are with him 100% because we are planning a nice thing for the Arewa people, the whole Nigerians. We get good idea because that's why we have been back 100%, but God, inshallah, will enter.
The World Press Conference attracted dignitaries, traditional rulers, and Islamic scholars who also affirmed unity and shared purpose. Presenting their resolutions, the Arewa community of the All Progressives Congress APC announces its full support and endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term, while also calling on Governor Dakwa Abiodun to contest the Ogun East Senatorial District.
In support of this declaration, we announce the 1 million march project People 2027 endorsement. This event will be organized by Arewa community in Ogun State as a whole. We also serve as a demonstration of our unity, gratitude, and political readiness ahead of the 2027 general election. We are fully mobilized to support the re-election of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu and the election of Dakwa Abiodun as a representative of Ogun East Senatorial District come 2027.
Focused on promoting good governance at both federal and state levels, the conference emphasizes stronger collaboration between government and the Arewa community, as well as continuity in policies that advance the Renewed Hope agenda. Stakeholders present expressed satisfaction with the leadership strides of President Tinubu and Governor Abiodun, reaffirming their commitment to sustaining developmental progress.
Welcome development. That's what we are expecting from all our Arewa within the southern region, because Ashwaji Tinubu is tested and trusted president for us. More especially if you look at the Renewed Hope and all its agenda.
We are here today to endorse President Ahmed Tinubu for 2027, as well as we are calling on His Excellency Dakwa Abiodun to please heed our call for him to come and continue his good work if he has finished his second time in office in Ogun State, so that he can come and vie for Senate of Ogun East Senatorial District.
And then because they believe in the administration of President Ahmed Tinubu and Prince Dakwa Abiodun CBN, the way they are transforming Nigeria and Ogun State. That is what prompted them to organize this conference for today.
A cultural display added color to the event, provided entertainment, and showcased the heritage of the Arewa community.
The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, will on Wednesday, 3rd of December 2025, present the year 2026 budget proposal to the State House of Assembly. The budget presentation is in line with Section 121 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. A statement by the Clerk of the House and Head of Legislative Service, Adebake Shakiru Aremu, states that all guests, state government functionaries, and other stakeholders are expected to be seated by 9:30 in the morning. Meanwhile, Ogun State House of Assembly has acknowledged a correspondence from Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun announcing the presentation of the 2026 budget proposal to the Assembly on Wednesday, 3rd December 2025. Reading the governor's message at the plenary, the Speaker, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, stated that the budget presentation, which is in line with Section 121 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, will hold at 10 a.m. prompt at the Assembly Complex, Okemoso, Abeokuta. In another development, the Assembly also joined the global community in commemorating the World's AIDS Day, which is celebrated on the 1st of December, with an appeal to the general public to desist from stigmatizing persons living with HIV, stressing that the condition is not a death sentence when properly managed. The Speaker, while acknowledging the global commemoration of the date, implored residents of the state to show compassion and adopt responsible health practices in the collective efforts towards reducing the spread of HIV. He also cautioned people living with HIV to be responsible and faithful in disclosing their status to their partners so as to help prevent further spread of the disease. The people of Ogun State now have access to free settlement of their civil cases as the 2025 settlement week of the Ogun Multi-Dar Courthouse is declared open. Chief Judge of Ogun State, Honorable Justice Mosumola Dikwelu, said this, and it will further reduce workload on judges and aid speedy dispensation of justice. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
With centers in different parts of the state, the people of Ogun can now resolve their disputes at the Ogun Multi-Dar Courthouse free of charge for the next 5 days. The Chief Judge of Ogun State, Honorable Justice Mosumola Dikwelu, represented by Justice Shobayo, commends the Governing Council of the Ogun Multi-Dar Courthouse for the good jobs they have been doing, which continue to have positive impacts on the larger society as civil cases are now being seamlessly resolved, thereby reducing the burden on the bench.
You don't go to court and come back home as friends, but that is not the situation here. I'm trusting God that a lot will be done this week, and God will help us. I don't know whether you are aware that even right now, there is an intervention in the criminal cases at the Shagamu Division.
Chairman of Ogun Multi-Dar Courthouse Governing Council, Justice Solomon Olugbemi retired, thanks the German Institute for International Development for effective partnership and the mediators for making themselves available for the huge task ahead.
Alternative dispute resolution has come to stay in Ogun State, and the Multi-Dar Courthouse is in the forefront of the crusade, forging ahead in ensuring that peace reigns in the society and businesses thrive in an atmosphere of peace and harmony. Investors and businessmen can be rest assured that they can do their businesses without rancor or the fear of prolonged litigation. Families, communities, trade associations, politicians can have their disputes of whatever magnitude resolved.
Representative of GIZ, Dr. Olusegun Dada, says the agency recognizes the important roles of dispute resolution to the development of any society.
We've supported in so many ways, in training, in sensitization, workshops. We've done several this year. We've done, we are also doing the settlement. We are ready to do much more.
The general public is hereby enjoined to approach the Multi-Dar courts for the resolution of their disputes. Matthew Shomi, Ogtv News.
A strategic partnership and memorandum of understanding that will further enhance youth's participation in agriculture and create employment opportunities for them have been signed between the Ogun State chapter of the Youth Assembly of Nigeria and Joshua Temile Farm Limited. The official signing of the MOU, which signifies a turning point for the youths, the communities and their collective future, was witnessed by the officials of Youth Assembly of Nigeria and Joshua Temile Farm Limited. Details are in this package.
A partnership that will provide structured training in modern agriculture, equip young people with both traditional and digital agribusiness skills, create employment opportunities across the agricultural value chain, among other things, being vetted with the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between Ogun State Chapter of Youth Assembly of Nigeria and Joshua Temile Farm Limited. Speaker of the Assembly, Honorable Akimbode Oniyitan, said the signing of the MOU represents a commitment to creating opportunities where they never existed, while opening doors that were once beyond reach, which is in line with the mission of the Assembly to make meaningful contributions to the socio-economic development of the states and nation at large.
It is the beginning of a new story, a new empowerment, a new story of transformation, a story of young people who will no longer wait for the future. To the young people of Ogun State, is yours. The world is changing fast. Opportunity are shifting. Technologies is reshaping.
Representatives of Joshua Temile Farm Limited said the company builds on integrity, excellence, and a genuine passion for youth development, is delighted to enter into the partnership with the promise to ensure more youth benefits in the nearest future.
Hearing the cry of the young Nigerians that are willing to do and are also limited. That is why we have come together to join hands to put this initiative together.
And the essence of this program is to bring together the youth. So for these 5 days, we'll be having series of enlightenments, series of things put together to prepare them.
National leader of Youth Assembly of Nigeria and other executive members also expressed their satisfaction with the partnership.
It's a good initiative because agriculture is one of the key and focal points of an improved nation, and with our daily states Nigeria too. And
Joshua Temile Farm has actually done well for accepting to partner with the youth of the state.
Under the MOU, 100 youths are to be trained during the 5-day orientation program that will commence from Wednesday, 3rd of December to Sunday, 7th of December 2025.
Nigeria raised its commitments to ending HIV/AIDS by 2030. Do join us for details of these and more after the break.
No worries, I go make am. Mogo Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirmed.
Money point, made for your progress.
Glad to know that you are still there, and in case you're just joining us, you're on to the major news broadcast for the day on Ogtv. The federal government has restated its commitment to achieving the global target of ending HIV/AIDS as a public health threat by 2030, as Nigeria joined the international community to mark the 2025 World AIDS Day. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Salako, gave the assurance at the State House during the national commemorative activity with the theme Overcoming Disruption, Sustaining Nigeria's HIV Response. The event was organized in collaboration with the First Lady's Renewed Hope Initiative. Salako noted that the government had introduced several programs and invested more than 300 billion naira to strengthen the HIV/AIDS response and supported health agencies nationwide. He added that Nigeria had increased domestic funding for HIV interventions to reduce dependency on foreign aid with expanded local production of antiretroviral drugs and test kits, improving national self-sufficiency and long-term sustainability. Salako said HIV testing, counseling and treatment coverage continued to expand, with about 1.6 million Nigerians currently on antiretroviral therapy out of an estimated 1.9 million people living with the virus nationwide. As the world marks another anniversary of the global fight against HIV/AIDS, the Ogun State Agency for the Control of AIDS, Ogtv, has staged a sensitization work to deepen awareness, encourage early testing, and foster unity with people living with the condition. Our reporter Blessing Taiwo covered the event, and her report is presented in this package.
As part of effort to intensify awareness and curb the spread of HIV/AIDS, the Ogun State Agency for the Control of AIDS, Ogtv, holds a World AIDS Day sensitization walk across Abeokuta. The walk begins at the agency's headquarters and extends through the Idiaba and Kemta axes before returning to its starting point. Participants moved with awareness talks, songs and banners carrying messages of hope, prevention and support from Osaka Gate through Abeokuta Kemta axis. Executive Secretary of Osaka, Dr. Kehinde Fatungashi, emphasizes the importance of the global event, reiterating that HIV/AIDS is not a death sentence and that knowing one's status early remains the most effective step towards treatment and prevention.
The government has initiated a lot of positive responses in making sure that this disruption created by the donor world is turned into our benefit. And that is why we are saying overcoming disruptions that was created. Government has been so proactive in the sense that a lot of companies are now within the country that are producing the commodities that we need.
Health experts at the walk share insight on this year's theme, describing World AIDS Day as the strong reminder that more must be done to eliminate stigma and discrimination against people living with HIV/AIDS.
By the mercy of God, we have been able to achieve 100% negativity in the child that have been given. So if we are able to detect them early and they are started on treatment, we will definitely not have the transmission.
The prevention is total abstinence if you can maintain it, and if not, use your condom. You stay with only one partner if you are married, and for young girls, we are advertising that they should keep themselves, stay away from sex until marriage. And also for everybody, go and test yourself to know your status.
Participants expressed satisfaction with the exercise, describing it as timely and impactful in educating the public on HIV prevention and the need for regular testing. As part of the campaign, Osaka distributed condoms, lubricants, and other preventable tools to participants, demonstrating its commitment to promoting safe practices and expanding access to HIV prevention resources.
After a decade of continuous leadership, Babcock University ushers in a new administration with the inauguration of its new president and vice-chancellor, Professor Afolari Ojewole, at a ceremony marked by celebrations and renewed hopes for the future. Our correspondent Ikem Agu reports.
Babcock University enters a new chapter
in its history of staff, students, alumni, friends of the university, and leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church gathered at the University Stadium for the formal installation of its new President and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Afolari Ojewole. In his farewell remarks, the outgone President and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ademola Tayo, reflects on his 10 years tenure, appreciating the university community for their support and expressing confidence in the institution's continued growth under the new leadership.
Make God your first and unbreakable anchor. Listen more than you speak, especially in these first 100 days. Your office and your house will be a beehive of friends and foes. Listen, think through, watch, be on your knees before you act.
The symbolic handover of the authority, including the university mass and the key institutional documents, serves as the highlights of the ceremony, formally confirming Professor Ojewole as the academic and administrative head of the institution.
I shall conduct myself in all circumstances to the best of my knowledge and ability.
Delivering the inaugural address, the newly installed Vice-Chancellor expresses gratitude for the trust placed in him and pledges to strengthen the foundations laid by his predecessor while driving innovation, excellence, and global competitiveness.
My number one agenda is to build men and women to prioritize people, not profit. People, not programs. To prioritize people, not popularity. People's welfare over pecuniary gain. To prioritize people above politics. Employee welfare over employer wealth. Caring over capitalism.
The ceremony featured an inspection of the Guard of Honor and the official presentation of symbols of authority and ceremonial pullout of the outgoing Vice-Chancellor. Following the inauguration, the Vice-Chancellor hosted a media chat outlining expectations for the new administration, including consolidating ongoing projects, expanding infrastructure, and enhancing international collaborations. In Kem Agu, Ogtv News.
The Ogun State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, has celebrated the retirement of two outstanding members of staff, Alhaji Tajuddin Abayomi Adio Yusuf, alongside Mrs. Dorcas Fadikwe, after 35 years of dedicated service. Olaide Holoye witnessed the signing out ceremony held at the SUBEB headquarters in Okimoso, Abeokuta. Here is her report.
The retirement ceremony brought together family members, colleagues, friends and education stakeholders to appreciate their years of commitment, integrity and professionalism. Retiring as the board's head of internal audit, Alhaji Tajuddin Adio Yusuf was said to have served the civil service for 35 years. Likewise, Mrs. Dorcas Fadikwe, who retired as a secretariat assistant. Speaking at the ceremony, the chairman, Ogun SUBEB, Evangelist Olalekon Ifede, described the retirees as staffs with exceptional discipline, unwavering ethics, whose contributions and consistency were said to have positively impacted the smooth running of administration operations in the state's education sector. Representative of the board and well-wishers commend both retirees for their loyalty and resilience, saying their legacy would continue to inspire young officers.
His contribution in service has contributed in so many ways to ensure that this board keeps functioning. And it's important that even after he must have retired, the state student will continue to soar into higher heights.
Today, I'm very happy. We started the journey together. He entered 2 years before me, and he says it 2 years, and I'll be carrying 2 years after he's going to carry it now. That is for me to feel that our relationship is complex one.
After the signing out, the celebrants expressed gratitude to God and the Ogun State government for the opportunity to serve describing their 35 years journey as fulfilling and memorable.
This type has never happened in the history of the board. So being the first person to celebrate like this, I was highly happy. But there's no smooth journey without any galloping or whatever. So, but eventually I give glory to Almighty Allah that I have a soft landing in good health and wealthy.
The event featured prayers, presentation of awards, gifts, and goodwill messages from members of the board to honor the retirees. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
Sons and daughters of Kenta in Ebaland have been lauded for the successful celebration of the first Kenta Day. The day was used to bring together people across different settlements in Ebaland and Ogun State. Dignitaries as well as illustrious sons and daughters of the land gave the commendation in their congratulatory messages during the celebration held at the Adire Arcade, Itoko Abeokuta. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
The first of the historic 5 siblings in Ebaland, whose progenitors are believed to have invented the globally accepted but locally manufactured Adire and Kampala fabric. Kenta is one of the largest townships making up Ebaland and is blessed with notable people who have held and still holding prestigious socio-economic and political positions. These people decided to come together for the first time to initiate moves towards reaching common positions on issues that can propel growth and development while showcasing the beauty of the land and the people. Leading indigenes of Kenta in the celebration is the chairman of Senate Appropriation Committee, Senator Solomon Adiola, who expressed joy at the gathering of the people.
I'm here not just as an ordinary person, but as a son of Kenta Igoromewa. My mother is from Kenta, and that's why I'm here to join all my brothers and sisters in celebrating Kenta Day.
My paternal grandmother is from Kenta, Iyalode Jojolola, the second Iyalode of Egbaland, the woman that brought Adire to Abeokuta and to Nigeria in general. I am so happy.
I would always say one thing is common with Egba people. We love and cherish our tradition. So when it has to do with tradition, we all come together to bring Ogun State in one together and push it forward.
Minister of State for Health, Dr. Kunle Salako, also joined in the celebration.
We can see the many developments, and of course to also congratulate all the sons and daughters of Kenta, including my very good brother, the senator representing Ogun Senatorial District.
Chairman Planning Committee of the celebration, Chief Olowo Fela Akiode, and Oluwo Kenta, Chief Abayomi Rotimi, declared that the celebration will help unify all Kenta settlements across the state.
This event wouldn't have won this coloration without your support, morally, financially.
Alake and Paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Adelotun Aremu Gbadebo, in his address commended the people for being able to celebrate the first Kenta Day in a very elaborate way.
I congratulate you for being able to celebrate the first Kenta Day in a unique way.
The event featured special performances and homage. Matthew Shomi, Ogtv News.
The community of Ijakauke in Yewa North local government area of Ogun State came alive at the weekend as residents, dignitaries, traditional rulers and well-wishers converged on the grand finale of the 2025 Ijakauke Day celebration. Our reporter Olaide Oloye reports that the colorful event showcased culture, unity and renewed commitment to community development. Here is her report.
Ijakauke, a town in Yewa North constituency in Ogun State, under the reign of Agbaigba of Ijakauke, Oba Kayode Joseph Ogungbon, who ascended the throne on the 17th of February 2024, has taken a step in the development of the community by celebrating the 4th edition of Ijakauke Day since its installation with series of activities and commissioning. The ceremony, held at Agbaigba Community High School grounds, featured a triple milestone for the Ijakauke community, beginning with the official launching of the Ijakauke Education Trust Fund, a multi-million naira initiative aimed at supporting brilliant but indigent students. In his remarks, Agbaigba of Ijakauke, Oba Kayode Joseph Ogungbon, described the occasion as a remarkable avenue for indigents of Ijakauke to converge, celebrate, and deliberate on the progress of the community.
Have the opportunity, with the help of the only instrument of development, which is government, to have the privilege to commission an ultra-modern health center today. There is nothing greater than that to me. Always ask for more. I am asking for improvement in the road network leaking in Ijakauke.
Another major highlight of the grand finale was the commissioning of the newly completed ultra-modern health center, equipped with modern infrastructures, facilitated by Senator representing Ogun West Senatorial District, Olamilekun Adeola, to help reduce maternal mortality, improve access to primary health care, and provide essential medical services to surrounding villages. The 2025 celebration also recognized excellence, as several distinguished sons and daughters of Ijakauke received the Merit Award for their contributions to community development, humanitarian support, and for projecting the name of the town positively within and outside Ogun State.
I want to appeal to all the sons and daughters of Ijaka that they should continue to give KBAC maximum support. I believe that he has what it takes to move Ijakauke to the greater heights.
May more development come into the town, as it were, during his reign. I'm happy to be here.
Here we are in the site of the proposed institution, and we've actually worked towards making it be approved by the state government.
The grand finale of the 2025 Ijakauke Day celebration comes with cultural displays, musical performances, and prayers for peace and prosperity of the town. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
The 2025 annual convention of D-Cross Gospel Mission with the theme Due Season holds between Wednesday 3rd and Thursday 4th of December 2025 at 5:30 p.m. each day. The convention praise altar is slated for Friday 5th December 2025 from 10 p.m. till dawn. A release issued by the General Overseer of D-Cross Gospel Mission, Evangelist Professor Ebenezer Obe, says a Thanksgiving service will round the convention on Sunday 7th December 2025 starting from 9 in the morning. Venue of the convention is D-Cross Gospel Mission Church Auditorium, Muleru Bus Stop, Agege, Lagos. The final rites for late Madam Emily Olale Idowu have taken place at St. James's Anglican Church, Egbe Udobolu in Ijebu-Ode, where family, friends, and well-wishers gathered to pay respect and offer tributes. A solemn yet a celebratory service reflected the enduring impact and timeless values she instilled in those she left behind. Adedamola Adeniji was at the ceremony, where her family described the event as an unforgettable one. Its report is presented in this package.
It is a life worthy of honor as the town of Udogbolu in Ijebu-Ode stands still for the final burial ceremony of Madam Emily Olaleye Idowu, a woman whose life exemplified compassion, integrity, and service to humanity. The event begins with hymns and joyful praises as the procession enters the church. During the service, the preacher urges the congregation to live purposefully while touching tributes from family and community members. Celebrate Madam Emily as a loving, wise matriarch who positively shaped many lives.
We want to charge everybody to play our own role wherever we have opportunity. Let us make impact in the life of the people around us.
After the church service, the body is conveyed to its final resting place, where tears mingled with gratitude as loved ones bid their last farewells. A grand reception follows, with the atmosphere becoming lighter as guests share fond memories in honor of the late matriarch.
Mama was a very nice person, very good, very good to be with. Can't come to their house without being entertained.
The Olale family emphasizes that though Madame Emily is no more, the virtues she embodied will continue to guide the generations she nurtured.
She was a woman full of patience, humility, and compassion.
Lost my gold, and that is the best woman in the world. I got a lot of training from her. The woman who cares. My pain is her pain. My smile is her smile. I will never forget all she has done for me.
My mom is a lover of peace. She's kind. She's a giver. And she loves God. And she's a lovely person to be with at any time.
She has tried her best to put the family together, and I can say the reason why we have this number of people here today is because how far and how much she has helped to unite the family.
Mama was a very caring mother. She was very supportive. She would do anything for her children and her grandchildren, and I really love her for that.
The final burial ceremony was not merely a farewell, it was a celebration of fulfilled life, one that leaves indelible footprints in the hearts of many.
After the break, Opeyemi Adeomi will be here with some business reports. Don't go away.
Morning point, thank you.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you, they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
Welcome to Business News. Nigeria's economy grew by 3.98% in the third quarter of 2025, marking a slight improvement over the 3.86% recorded in the same period of 2024. According to the latest gross domestic product report released by the National Bureau of Statistics on Monday, the quarterly report shows a mixed recovery across key sectors, with agriculture and industry posting stronger real growth, while services maintained their dominance in overall output. Aggregate GDP in real terms stood at 57.03 trillion naira in third quarter 2025, up from 54.85 trillion naira in the corresponding quarter of the previous year. The service sector contributed the largest share at 53.02%, followed by agriculture at 31.21%. The Naira recorded a stronger performance as it rose to 1,446.74 to a dollar, marking a 0.69% increase. The strengthening of the Naira followed the sharp volatility of the previous week. For most of the week, the Naira traded below 1,450,000 naira to a dollar at the official window, and at the parallel market it eased slightly by 0.07% to 1,476 naira per dollar. Also, the governor of CBN, Olayemi Cardoso, at the 60th Annual Bankers Dinner held in Lagos, noted that foreign capital inflows reached $20.98 billion in the first 10 months of 2025, a 70% increase over total inflow for 2024 and a 428% surge compared with $3.9 billion recorded in 2023. Fuel security slowed in October as Dangote Petroleum Refinery supplied only an average of 17.1 million litres per day of the nation's petrol need, forcing the country to rely heavily on imports despite earlier hopes of self-sufficiency. The federal government, through its Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, revealed. In a report, marketers are to import a total of 828 million litres of petrol during the month to meet the national daily supply requirement of 50 million litres. It also showed that national petrol consumption rose to 56.74 million litres per day, indicating a sustained increase in demand despite efforts to promote greater domestic production. The figures reaffirmed a persistent pattern in which imported petrol remains Nigerians' dominant petrol supply source despite the commencement of operations